Little Red Cap by Janicia Stillwell. Velvet leaves like bunny skin, ballet flat stained at the rim. As she walks towards the metal-framed glass house, it was matte black with specks of amber and red flowers, stained in the glass, gentle mists sway in the wind, not yet snow, but let the seasons begin, that gentle sleep as grey and green contrasts a foggy steep gorge next to your brick cottage. Fine stone and a large fireplace remained where the old wing burned down. No money to replace, so it was left to decay, and ivy climbed the edges of the pillars. The manor lay upon a lake's edge, and a little bridge led to a small field used for croquet. Beyond the small stone walls, the land grew more savage and ancient. Tall pine, no paths, just dirt and stone. I was told to never go beyond that edge. The wolves hunt in packs and may mistake me for a deer or a lamb. Nonetheless, I suppose I am a slab of meat. I wonder if I would taste different to each wolf that would consume me. How every person likes their toast different. Is flesh the same? On a supermoon, my bones grew more tense. The light of the moon reflected in my window and lined upon my dresser, or so it appears. Lantern in hand, I snuck outside towards the forest edge and stared at the silver soul, the faces that revealed itself in every dip of grey. I heard a rustle and turned my head towards the edge and saw a large wolf staring at the moon. My breath returned to my chest, and I locked eyes on its fur, its lovely grey muriel with spots of darker shades. It was still, so very still, as was I. I felt comfort in the awe of the moon to look away and return my gaze to the glorious heavens above. A sound. The wolves howl. I close my eyes. The waves of songs massage my eardrums and pumps my blood, and I join them. A slamming of the door and stomping on the floor. Young lady, you return to bed immediately. What are you doing out here at this hour? You've not even shoes, whined an older Scottish woman. As you turned your head, the wolf was gone, and you speak. Miss Buckle, do you know why the moon is so large tonight? It's been this way for 3 nights. Is something going to happen? That tends to be how life goes. Something always happens or doesn't happen, and your mind makes up the rest. She held the lantern by her side and made her way towards Miss Buckle. Please, I've apologized to Father. Please don't make me leave. I don't want to leave. I'm fine as I am. No need for me to marry. Rather be a nun, really. My lady, he has been very generous. You are 20 now, no longer a teenager, and that loveliness will not last forever. Miss Buckle touched her face and smiled. Good night, Miss Buckle, she spoke. As she left, you made sure to be quiet before you meet her. Socks on feet, sure not to make noise, and meet the mirror above the fireplace, gilded and galore. As you grew, you looked into the mirror. First, atop of the head, and as the years unfold, a face, shoulders and chest and waist, and a discernible figure. It is you. For 20 years slept in this room, and now my things will be moved to the attic. But in the peripheral, she reveals herself to you. She's veiled in black and wearing red silk underneath. She's a statue, an angel with no wings that I can see, but it is for sure there. I sense the heaviness of her force whenever she's around, and she's me, and I am she. She guides me. I touch the mirror. A voice in you spoke. You both reach out and touch the tips and close your eyes. A vision she shares with you tonight. An aisle, a church, white flowers, alleyways and the stone. A bouquet you hold, no clothes. You drop the flowers to the ground and join them soon on your knees, calm and still, and see the glowing amber eyes in the dark. You curl with the leaves, and the wolves arrive and jump over your body as if you were a log of wood. Do they not recognize me? Red rain, thick and salty, splash the dirt. You wake. The message is clear. I must run away. To a land far, far away. A different place, a different sea, a different name, a different me. South America. I already am fluent in Spanish and Portuguese, so language would not be a barrier. Or perhaps Africa, Mauritius. Or perhaps Paris. No, I couldn't. Too many relatives. I know. Mexico. Fortunately, my mother was Welsh, so I inherited her brunette hair and olive complexion. If I didn't speak, I could pass as a Spaniard, though my accent would give it away that I am English. Perhaps I should just not speak. A certain father would like that. Stop. This is serious. You must plan this very carefully. How would I make money? I could tutor children in exchange for bed and breakfast, but then I would live with strangers. Perhaps just breakfast and dinner to sort out meals. Stay at an inn, a hotel. Too many people. You cannot get spotted. They all seem to know each other in my world. A tourist? You've reached foreign. Everywhere. Bound to be ignored. We're always on work trips. Perhaps a scholar, yes. A travelling anthropologist writing on whatever, depending on whatever location. Yes, a scholar. Bernard College. You already have the money. Steal the precious ruby orb and exchange it at a pawn shop. Run away as soon as you get the money. The next morning at breakfast with Miss Buckle. My lady, he is firm in his decision, she softly spoke. Her eyes met the ground as she gazed back. My lady, it's important you are honest, else I cannot be of aid. Tell me, have you been having bad dreams again? I fear they are not just dreams, Miss Buckle. I dread they are real. Don't be foolish, they are merely dreams. But it is happening, Miss Buckle, just like in the dream. Dear, do not waste your nerves on such foolishness. Your things are packed. We must travel. The carriage awaits. I packed lemons for your stomach. The bouncing carriage and the whip against the horses. They run, and a lantern on the floor for light, and resting your head you see the wild and ancient forest, squirrels and crows, and rain and foggy terrain, and large rocks. My lady, I am sure you'll make an excellent wife. And mother, the Marquis is said to be very handsome, and only 48. He has these eccentricities, but nothing like your brother's, so you will not need to worry. The carriage took you to a train, and your bags are thrown on board. Steam in the air and a metal machine, rotating wheels and roars. Inside your pocket is pan gold, 32 of them from father's safe, enough to melt, sell, and live on, while you are still looking for work. As you exit the carriage, Miss Buckle stares the opposite direction, and you run for your life, and board a train by holding on the back rails like stolen cargo. Roman architecture, a bridge and more gorges, first cross the English Channel via a small fisherman's boat in Portsmouth. Pay him handsomely, and he will oblige, letting you sleep in the bunker, whatever they call it. Arrive in Marseille, and go on from there to Grasse, France, and make perfume for a living. First a cart, and then a shop. I was not scared, reader. Well, at night I was scared, to close my eyes, but I found myself in the company of friends and lovers who proved angelic in their presence. Fleeting but strong, as none of us had the liberty of being who we truly were. But I found that in the quiet of my perfume shop, a great joy I did not think possible. My days are filled with freedom. I wake when I want to the birds and pace of the sun. I choose my tea, my meals, my dress. The shop opens when I decide, and I smell divine things for a living. My clients are, for the most part, lovely women whom I would consider great friends. And they are not all rich, but they are all lovely. And then one day, a new customer. Lady Lydia, is that you? Spoke a soft female voice. Lady Lydia? I'm no lady. This is Mason Eden. We make artisanal and delicately crafted perfumes using only the finest ingredients from the lavender. From the Côte d'Azur to the spices of the Orient, our clients range from the Art Duchess herself to the merchant's wife. Lydia, it is you. It's me, Annabelle, from school. I thought you'd remember these lips. She smirked. Shh! Quiet your voice, Lydia responded. It is you. They thought you had perished. No one had heard of you. What happened? Are you all right? It's been a year since I last saw you. I'm fine. I'll explain everything upstairs, Lydia said. Of course. I understand. You never know who might be listening. Back in school, Annabelle whispered. She was blushing. Lydia led her upstairs. Lydia asked, Did you arrive with anyone? Are you travelling? Oh, yes, I'm visiting my sister. She's married some heinous French baron, an alcoholic and lousy man, but apparently very rich and very generous, judging by her jewels. Tell me, Annabelle, Why did you come into the store? Oh, it was random, but what a lovely coincidence to run into you after all these years. Why, you've hardly changed. Still as lovely as ever. Well, by yourself? However did you roam? I asked. Oh, I took my bike. I feel safe, further away. She answered. Are you expected back anytime soon? I wouldn't want to hoard your company. Oh, not at all. Until dinner, I'm free all day. Here is your tea. Hibiscus, your favorite. Lydia, how sweet you are to remember. I saw your father not 3 months ago. He and his new wife welcomed a new son. I suppose you already know. In truth, Howard and I moved to Batavia. He was on business with the company, and I've not been to Europe in quite a while. What a pleasure to run into you. She sips, a grimace on her face. What a unique taste. Is that some sort of spice? Her breathing intensifies and her veins reveal themselves as her neck wrings itself and her face is red before she drops to the floor. No one can know. I didn't wish to do this, but I cannot risk it. I adore my life the way it is now, and I will not let some gossip stop me. What must I do with the body? People saw her go, so they must see her leave. Fortunately, we are of similar height and complexion. I stripped her of her dress and placed it on. All 7 layers. Why was she dressed for the English weather in France? Walk outside the front and ride your bike all along the town with a change of clothes in your bag. Make your presence known for a few hours. It's her. Stopping at intervals with a book as you would, as if it was a quiet day of contemplation. Go to the woods and change clothes. Build a fire and burn her clothes beyond recognition. Bury the clothes and cover your steps with the leaves. Return to your shop and home through the back entrance at night in trousers and coat. A labourer, a man, one of your lovers. Ensure all blinds are closed beforehand. Change back into your clothes at the back and return outside to turn to the door to be closed, aligning with normal closing hours. Be sure to speak to someone passing by in your original dress you wore in the morning. You return to your room and bathe the scent of her clothes off. It smells of soap and powder. Now the normal routine to return to self. The sponge. Take off the first layer of dirt and oil before you bathe by the fire. Soap your water in a bucket and multiple buckets to fill the water. Only once you are fully clean do you enter the bath. Manuka honey in the warm water, the golden ribbons from the jar, and slices of lemon for blemishes. Lay there and smell the glorious scent and sweet steam and citrus burst. Stand and stamp your skin. Careful as so not to rub. It dries the skin and ages it faster. Apply creams in order of heaviness with lighter creams underneath and heavier oils on top. Take the time to massage your skin. It will increase blood flow and relax you, as well as make you look more beautiful. I take a brush and wet it and brush it out that way so that I don't overdry my hair. However, I do fully plunge my hair twice a week. When the hair is damp, generally apply pure argan oil mainly on the ends and brush. Avoid the roots as they already produce oil. Pure argan oil is quite dear, but worth every penny. I'm not sure what to do with the body, but tomorrow is Sunday, so I have time to think. She doesn't smell yet, and I've wrapped her figure in cloth I used from the guest room sheets. They're Egyptian cotton. It is a shame. I rubbed her in rosemary to keep away the moths. I could send her to this package. She weighs 60 kilograms. But her weight would change once she decays. I didn't want to know as the smell would develop. I know. Baking soda. I put her in a bag of baking soda to absorb the smell and bury her. There are no windows looking on the yard, but that is too close. The forest. Hidden. As a delivery of hay. In the back, yes, hay, to cover the body into the forest, dressed as a man with a cap, but only at night, but say afar. Do not look anyone in the eye. Stuff your pants to add fat. Drop the body with the wolves, and bury it so the wolves do not want her. Her flesh will not suffice for them, and they might get curious and dig her up, and reveal her body to a stranger. Return to bed once more, and bathe again. You cannot smell a forest or hay, that will be obvious. Dispose of the clothes, burn in the fire, in the forest. The smoke may reveal your plan if too close to the shop. That night, after I bathed, applying berry stain to my lips and cheeks, I remembered that it was Annabelle that showed me that in school. Amber to the wrists and neck before bed, and wake in the veil of divinity. Look into the mirror, a tray really, and then the vanity. All 3 sides, every turn of your neck is sculpted, and when you soften your eyes, she reveals herself again, the scarlet-veiled woman that does not speak, and Annabelle, waving, where she is holding the hand of the statue. She is at peace now. The woman lets her go, and Annabelle vanishes in smoke. It smells of bright acid. The veiled woman is behind you. Behind your shoulder, you see a glimpse of her beautiful lips. Behind the mesh, pout and resting face. She places her fingers on my lips and then my neck, my collarbones and my breast, and then to her mouth, and she brings her index finger towards her pursed lips and exhales a shh like the breeze. And then a voice, but her mouth did not move. The altar calls you. The veiled woman opens her mouth and breathes blue fire, in gentle flames that curled like ringlets made from ribbon on scissors. You wake, another dream, you write it down. It is clear. She visits you in sleep. She is clear. It is your time to strike. I had the element of surprise in the quiet of night on my side. Father will die, and I will kill him. I have made the money. I paid for a new name and fake papers from a man who bailed out soldiers in the Empire. You visit her grave on your anniversary every year like clockwork. That's where you reserve your heart for. The family vault deep in the woods of grandfather's house, now a ruin after the fire. I remember it well. You smashed the vase on top her head and moved the candle to the curtain and lit it up. A locked door, you left her inside as the house burned, and Miss Buckle stood by me. We ran like vigilantes. I heard her scream, and Miss Buckle held me down as I tried to break through the door to let her out. Bleached to a handkerchief, I fell asleep and woke in a girls' school. I was 13. Yet you insisted on visiting her grave with me every year with all my 7 siblings dressed in black, and had the gall to pretend you were in the very least remorseful. You have no soul in your eyes, you never have. Hers were always sad, always mourning. 3 siblings that did not make it past 3. She was grieving, and grief is proof of love. You do not bear the same humanity. I hear you have a new child. I hear about you in the papers. But I know they are only half-truths, if less than. But it is for sure you will be there, too, in Wales. And so I journeyed and stayed in an inn, and rented a horse to wait you out in the forest, gun in my pocket. There they stood. Every year less people come, but here he is. Monocles and beer-bellied and gin of breath and smoke of flesh. The best shot is behind straight for the head, and luckily for us, he has a special top hat and silver hair. He likes to be in young company, so he's easy to spot. Aligning arms and closing one eye to aim well, they will hear the rustle, so best wait until someone talks. Be quick, and bang, a splatter to the spark and screams, and run away on the horse to the other side of the forest. The birds, sounds will hide your direction for a while, but you must be quick. Return the horse and return back to France via another fisherman's boat. He brought eucalyptus from the colony to cleanse the smell of fish. Unfortunately for you, the fisherman feeds you well in exchange for a kiss. He's not ugly. Might as well. In fact, he's quite handsome for a fisherman. Strong arms and lovely working hands, he lays in mine as the boat ropes, and takes his fingers down below and kisses me soft and strong everywhere. No ring required for what we do next. You slip away at night. Marseille again, and now glass, and back to the shop as normal. A customer arrives, the Archduchess. She wonders how the perfume tastes. I rub on my wrist and she kisses, licking her lips. Vanilla bean and saffron, she says. Yes, it's very nice. She always tips generously. I have many lovers, both women and men, but I only see travellers, and use different names so that an illusion remains that I am indeed a stationary being. I am too. In reflection, she is there. The scarlet-veiled woman, and she is peaceful. She does not bother me, and I do not bother her. But I know that we meet in dreams. I dream of her, so she must dream of me. She knows things I do not, and I know things she cannot. She is always there. She whispers. It is time. I take my belladonna and enter the forest in my gown, obscuring my face from the townsfolk. And when alone, I take off my coat to follow the chanting of naked, cackling women surrounding a fire, consuming mushrooms and pomegranate tea and wine. I sip, I fly and we kiss by the flames and fly, meeting the sparks in the air, little bits of burn from the sparks below as you rise. We fly, no broom, but we fly. I take my belladonna and close my eyes and I fly forever, seeing snow and rain and storm and sun in quick succession. And I hear it, the wolves, and cackling the women and fire. I am free, being taken by the moon, and I surrender wholly to her and close my eyes. This is real. Silver in my eyes, growing brighter as I near her silver soul and giggle. She has arrived.